How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing: always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Digital World Acquisition Corp. On the Tuesday, it had a pre-market pop to $138. Soon as when I saw that, I was able to actually sell at $120. You guys know my initial investment was $55, so I got that double up. I even put it up on Twitter, and that's why I say having a strategy is very important. But do know I'm still invested in this play, and I still see a lot more upside, especially since this stock continues to be on a strong uptrend. So I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Digital World Acquisition Corp. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $89.47, being up 2.46%. On the low, it tested $86.75, and then on the high, testing $93.44. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 3.885 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 5.811 million shares. So we did have below average volume on the day, but we still saw some strength in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 62.36. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are above the 100-day to 50-day and as well as the 21-day EMA. So like I've been saying in my previous videos, DWAC just continues to have a nice steady uptrend. Remember when I was telling you guys that we were looking at support or even a pullback coming into the mid 70s? Now we look at the support now and it's all the way here at $82. So could we have a pullback going into 80? We did break through it back on February the 24th and testing 78.61. But as you can see from this quick recovery, it looks like as far as $80 support is concerned, we've solidified it. So as far as a pullback, you'd want to see as far as for a potential entry around $85. Again, this is not financial advice, but like I've been saying, this stock is looking very bullish. As far as for the high side, we ended up seeing a high of $93.44. So essentially, what I'd want to see for this coming week is getting to $100. We know $100 is a psychological area for DWAC, but once we can get that breakout, we could easily make a move going all the way to $120. So that's why I'm saying you want to keep a very close eye on this play because there's just a ton of potential to make some really good money. And if you guys remember what I was saying to load up, since it was accumulating, going through consolidation right here in this mid 50 area, that was the perfect opportunity, and now you've been able to ride this trend all the way up. If you are thinking just to jump into it right now so you can take advantage of the stock going to $100, that may not be a bad idea either, because like I said in all my other videos, this is supposed to be a $100 stock, and this is just for speculative reasons, all right? So now let's get on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Digital World Acquisition Corp. Scrolling down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the recent filings, we could see we have February 24th with Logan Stone Capital LLC that purchased 90,000 shares. We also see for the 17th Virtu Financial LLC that purchased 14,249 shares, and we also have Jane Street Group LLC that purchased 93,413 shares. And as far as for the filings for the 14th and so on, I know we covered that in the previous video. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, The off-exchange short volume ratio is at 42.07%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is at 778,413 shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 25,000, updated just now, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 146.71%. Wow. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we see for the close of the 24th, it is at 40.84. And then for the close of the 25th, being at 42.07. So what this shows us, DWAC does have short squeeze potential. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Digital World Acquisition Corp. On the inflow side, it was 81.97, and then on the outflow side, it was 51.92. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 0.60. On the medium, it was 80.98. And then on the small, it was 0.39. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see it was 51.92. On the large, it was 0. On the medium, it was 51.92. And then on the small, it was 0. And if you notice, these numbers are in the millions. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see we had an inflow on February the 25th, and as well as for the 24th, and as well as for the 18th out of the past 5 trading days. And we had 2 outflow days on the 22nd and as well as the 23rd. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the large, which represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 10.44%. No surprises there. We already know that DWAC is a volatile stock, and it's part of the reasons why when we talk about strategy on this channel, you want to be able to get in at those support levels. And I emphasize that because it's a better way for you to maximize your profits as a whole. But we also can't forget the fact there are still many who are holding on to their positions because they still do see a lot more upside in the stock. And of course, I'm one of them. So let's get into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Digital World Acquisition Corp, we definitely did have some nice price action on the Tuesday when it made that pre-market spike going to $138. I was able to sell half my position at $120. I told you guys I got in at $55. So we got that double up, but I still have money in this DWAC play because I want to see some even more upside. I told you guys this will be a $100 stock and it will go back there. Just don't think that you missed out because we had that pre-market spike. It will move up. And the reason why it will move up, let's take a look at the market as a whole. DWAC has been on a strong uptrend while the market has been pulling back. So we could see overall in general, as far as the market conditions, yes, it is slowing things down a bit, but there's just so much demand in the market for DWAC shares. And this is why you keep seeing these support levels get higher. Remember when I was telling you guys, if you're looking to get into a position, $75 is not a bad area, even when it was at 76, 77. And now from what it's looking like from the chart, we have support areas at 80 and as well as 85. It just keeps on getting higher and higher. It is on a very bullish trend. So if you are looking to get into this play, I'm going to say it again. It will go to $100, but I'm not going to tell you what price to buy in because I can't give you guys financial advice. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership, we could see institutions have been showing some interest and loading up on shares. Plus, on top of that, it does continue to have short squeeze potential with a short borrow fee rate that is just under 150%, 140% range to be exact. That is crazy. So anyone who is shorting DWAC, you are paying a hefty fine. So that's why I'm seeing why this stock just continues to be on this uptrend. So as we get closer to the end of March, I feel it's definitely going to get interesting. And if you're not in this play or if you're not keeping it on your radar, I feel you're missing out. So let me know inside of the comment section if you are still inside of this play. Let me know if you sold. Let me know if you're down in the play, whatever. Just give me your feedback. Tell me about your position and tell me what your goals are. What is your profit targets? I always say before you jump into any play, you want to make sure you have a game plan. You have your entry, you have your exit, you have your stop loss. This is very essential to see continued success in these markets. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see how DWAC performs for this coming week. We'll talk soon.